कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। What a joyous moment it was when Rama and Sita's marriage took place in Mithila Pradesham. In Sri Vishnu Puranam, Parashurama Maharishi states, Tataschabhisheka Mangalam Maitreya Varshashatena Vivaktum na Shakyate Sankhepena Shruyatam. Parashurama Maharishi tells his student Maitreya, see, Rama's marriage to Sita and later Sri Rama Pattabhishekam, two important milestones in Rama's life, cannot be described even if you give 100 years to me. So I will try summarizing in whichever manner possible. Please listen to it, Maitreya. Such was the grandeur of Rama and Sita's Vivaham. In the south of India, Tyagaraja Swami, one of the greatest composers in classical Carnatic music, whose compositions were mostly in the beautiful language of Telugu, brings forth this marriage ritual that took place between Rama and Sita through a beautiful, timeless, melodious composition. Pavanaja stuti patra pavana charitra ravi soma varanetra ramaniya gatra Sita Kalyana Vaibhogame Rama Kalyana Vaibhogame Nigamagama Vihara Nirupama Sharira Nagadhara Gavidhara Nathanokadhara Sita Kalyana Vaibhogame Rama Kalyana Vaibhogame. While this marriage took place, and all the four couples, with the blessings of Janakasira Dhvaja and Kushadhvaja, were leaving Mithila Desham, there were certain Shakunam and Nimittam, bird movements and animal movements, which Dasharatha deciphered to be bad omen in nature. He requested Vasishtha to decipher those omens, and Vasishtha said, there will be some temporary problems now. But don't worry, I can also see the omens around me which say that those problems which will come momentarily will also vanish that very moment. As he completed saying this, Parashurama came there. Dadarsha Bhima Sankasham Jata Mandala Dharinam Bhargavam Jamadadneyam Raja Raja Vimardanam Kailasamiva Durdharsham Kalagnim Dussaham. So he arrived with anger. The moment these people saw Parashurama with that anger, they were worried. Dasharatha went and fell at his feet and said, Abhayam, Abhayam, please give asylum to us, don't get angry on us. Balanam mama putranam Abhayam datumarhasi na chaikesmin hate rame sarve jiva mahe vayam. So, please do not get angry at my sons. My sons may have committed a small mistake. What small mistake, Dasharatha? He tried to tell the world that he had more power than me by breaking the Shiva Dhanus. How dare he? Dasharatha said, see, they are little children. You should not get angry on them. Please forgive them for my sake. Parashurama said, I will not do that. So initially I told you, Sharanagati or Prapatti is a concept where you seek forgiveness from the other person. And it is said that if a person asks for Sharanagati, you should give him Abhayam. But that Sharanagati should be performed to the adept person. It should not be performed to anybody whom you see. To Parabrahmam Narayana, if you perform, it will be successful. But he performed to Parashurama. Now you may have another question, sir. Parashurama is also an avatar of Rama. That we will deal later in this talk. Now, Parashurama did not agree. The moment he heard that the Dasharatha, I cannot forgive your sons, Rama came forward and asked, sir, to bring down or pacify your anger, what should I do? That is when Parashurama said, what bow you handled was Shiva's bow. It had a crack. Now I am going to give you a bow. This is Vishnu's bow. This Vishnu's bow should be handled by you. Then let us see what to do. Parashurama was of the opinion that Rama cannot handle Vishnu's bow. The moment Rama took that bow, it was as if the Vaishnava Shakti in Parashurama was also being taken, and Rama handled that bow. He is so handsome when he stands with that bow. He said, okay, I have taken your bow. I have proven to you that I can handle your bow. Now you tell me which is the target. Parashurama was flabbergasted. He couldn't tell an answer. That is when Rama said, see, for all those atrocities that you have committed on Kshatriya kings, Parashurama, I agree that your father Jamadagni, who was a very righteous, truthful, humble Brahmana, was killed for no reason by the Haihaya king called as Kartaviryarjuna. Kartaviryarjuna, being a Kshatriya, should have protected his subjects and shouldn't have killed your father. He did a very heinous crime by killing your father. Yes, you took the revenge by fighting Kartaviryarjuna of Mahishmati, which is correct. But you did not stop there, Parashurama. Your anger, your arrogance was proven when you started killing every other Kshatriya king that you saw on your way. So you have killed 21 generations of Kshatriya kings, collected their blood and proven that you are a barbaric, uncivilized person by digging forth 5 pits, putting the blood into it and doing Karpanam to your father with the blood. You have the audacity to kill so many kings who have not been responsible or not committed any harm towards you. Parashurama, for this one act of yours of causing genocide of Kshatriyas, I can kill you this very minute. But I will not. Because for me, dharmam is utmost, Parashurama. Your father was such a humble person. He knew the quintessence of the Vedas. Just for the sake of your father, Jamadagni, I am giving you life now. I will not kill you. Imam bam twadgatim Rama tapobala samarjita. Then he gave his tapobalam to Rama. He said, I have committed a mistake. Now comes a question, sir. It is so confusing. We say Parashurama is an avatar of Vishnu. Rama is also an avatar of Vishnu. But why this difference? Because in our Shastras, our Acharyas have distributed the incarnations of Parabrahman, Sriman Narayana, into 2 large categories. One is called Mukhyavataram, where the Lord himself comes down on earth and exhibits. Like Rama Avataram and Krishna Avataram are called Mukhyavataram. The other name to it is Purnavataram. Purnavataram, complete. The Lord himself becomes Rama. The Lord himself becomes Krishna. That is Mukhyavataram. There is another category called Aveshyavataram, where the Lord doesn't incarnate. He will choose a Jivatma like us. You have a Jivatma, the listener has a Jivatma, I have a Jivatma. Similarly, one of the Jivatmas will be chosen, and the Lord may insert some of his extra powers in that person. So it is a normal human being plus some extra divine powers. Because they are a normal human being, they will exhibit qualities which are sometimes very questionable. And because of their extra powers, we include them in the avatars, but they are not complete avatars of the Lord. It is not as if The Lord himself has come as Parashurama. The Lord himself has come as Balarama. No, they are Jivatmas with that extra power. So Aveshya Avataram is again classified into Swarupa Avataram, Shakti Avataram. So Shakti Avataram is Sahasrabahu, who is Kartavirya So this Kartavirya the king of Mahishmati, the Haihaya king, was also an avatar of the Lord, but he was a Shakti Avataram. His arrogance, his questionable activities were put down or won over by Swarupa Avataram called as Parashurama Avataram. And Parashurama Avataram's arrogance was subdued by Rama Avataram, which is a Purna Avataram. So Rama, Krishna, Hayagriva, they are all Purna Avatarams. But Parashurama, Balarama, Buddha Avataram, they are all Aveshya Avatarams. It is not the Lord completely in them. Certain qualities of his are injected into the primitive Jivatma. So thereby, Parashurama Avataram was won over by Rama. Whom did Parashurama win? Kartavirya. Whom did Kartavirya win? Kartavirya won over Ravana. Ravana earlier wanted to go into a duel with Sahasrabahu, who was Kartavirya. Kartavirya, with his 1,000 hands, created a barricade in the Narmada waters. Ravana was performing Sandhya Vandanam. Suddenly, Kartavirya took his hands off and the waters started coming like flood waters. Ravana was angry and he went for a fight to Kartavirya. Kartavirya just plucked Ravana from the ground and went to his kingdom Mahishmati, kept Ravana inside a cage and released one 10 rupee, 20 rupee ticket telling his people, come and see this 10-headed creature. So Ravana's arrogance was put forth by Kartavirya. Kartavirya's arrogance and questionable activities were killed by Parashurama. Parashurama's arrogance was subdued by Rama. So Rama won over Parashurama, who had won over Kartavirya, who had won over Ravana. Thereby, in Bala Kandam, by bringing down the arrogance of Parashurama, Rama had won over Ravana indirectly, says Vedanta Deshika. Kratuhara Shikhari Kantuka Vihrutyunmuka Jagadiruntuta Jitahari Danti Danta Dantura Dashavadana Damana Kushala Dashashata Bhujamuka Rupatikula Rudira Jara Bharita Prututara Tataka Tatpita Pitrika Brugupati Sugati Vigatikara Nata Parudishu Parika, says Vedanta Deshika. So this particular Balakandam ends with a good note that Parashurama's arrogance was subdued. He gave his Vaishnava Shakti to Rama. Rama accepted that. After not killing Parashurama, bringing down his arrogance, accepting his tapobalam, along with Sita, along with his brothers and their respective wives, they happily went to Ayodhya or Saketapuri. After going to Ayodhya, they lived happily for another set of 12 years. So they were married at 12. They lived happily for 12 years. Interestingly, Valmiki does not allocate not even 5 to 10 shlokas towards this next set of 12 years. They lived happily in Ayodhya, very nice life. The mothers-in-law had a very good relationship with their daughters-in-law. Very good family structure it was for the next 12 years. But Valmiki dedicates very little shlokams for that. Next comes when Rama completes 24 years of age, is about to turn 25. That is when Ayodhya Kandam begins. Let us wait for the next episode of Ayodhya Kandam.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a 2-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.